hope you're all really well. It has been one of those glorious mornings in autumn where it's just so golden and really glowy. And we've been to rugby this morning and the kids have just been really on top form. And India and I spent an hour picking some flowers. It's gone quite sort of dark and a little bit miserable now, but I'm in the treehouse and I am going to style some dahlias that we've picked. India is going to a party today and she has picked her own dahlias for the mum of the little boy that she's going to, and she was also invited very sweetly to as an advance party to help set up, and she was very, very, very happy about that. And I curled her hair for the first time, just really loosely, and she was just, it's just amazing how you can see them when they're 15 when they're only 5. She really sort of came alive and just loved it so much, and obviously I'm so happy that she's still a tiny little babe, but it was nice to see her getting into the sorts of things that she'll get into when she's a bit older. But I haven't done one of these in ages, and the dahlias, some of them are a little bit sad. Pud, stop it. Some of them are a little bit sad. But I thought we just put a load in a jar and you can sort of see how easy it is. So I have got a load of dahlias here, absolutely loads. They're all different colours. I'm not going to fuss about a colour scheme. I'm just going to whack them all in and enjoy the sort of fireworks of them. And I'm going to start with the bigger ones at the back. And again, at the beginning, because we don't have enough in yet, you don't need to worry about how they're going to sort of position and look at the end, because that will all work itself out once you've got all the stems in, because that will dictate how they fit. So I'm just going to whack in as many as I can. I love this one, it's so beautiful. Love this colour. I think that's in my Mulberry Magic shortlist with crocus. We also really love these. It's not my, purple is not my colour in anything else apart from the garden. I do not like purple in clothes. Mulberry is very different, but I love purple in the garden, and I'm always drawn to it. But I love this sort of autumnal orangey, burnt orange with sort of going into the yellow there. It's so lovely. So yes, I just hope this is going to be a little bit of a firework. So as I say, I'm just going to shove them all in. I've got some scissors here so we can cut things down. But in the beginning, I just want to see how things are looking and see how things are going to sit. So we've got some different sorts of dahlias here. We've got the pom-pom ones, which are absolutely just perfection. And then we've got the big sort of showy firework ones. So we'll just work through this and keep popping them all in, and then we'll start with arranging. But I like to just get them all in and see how they're looking, and then we can have a little poodle around afterwards. So those are a bit shorter, so we'll leave those till the end. Pom-poms, careful with the lights. So what you're ending up doing, oh, this is beautiful. Look at that, isn't that absolutely stunning? What you're ending up doing is sort of creating a crisscross of stems in your arrangement. So that will be what will enable you to position things where you want them. So, as I say, just don't worry about it at the beginning, and then you can start making it all happen. From about now, you can sort of see how I can start manipulating things. So I've maybe got some of the sort of slightly sadder looking ones at the back, but that's fine. A little bit of colour, and at this time of year, we're just grateful to have anything, aren't we? So I don't feel too bad about it. Put some pinks in and pop her in here. So she's got a little bit more help with her heavy head. She's quite heavy. But then we can put this one down there. And gorgeous colour. This one's going to be quite low, so it can really go in. There we go. I haven't used a flower frog, but you absolutely can use a flower frog to help you get that initial base, which might be quite fun. But with a jar like this, so this one is from Laura Ashley actually. There's Shabby Chic. No, sorry, it's from Shabby Chic from Next. So I can tag that because I think it's still available. But really, really lovely range. Just those kind of exactly the sort of vintage but not vintage vases that you really want to be able to have in your arsenal, because it just makes such a difference. So here we are. Yeah, so literally it's just a case of building it up, and then we've got all these small ones, so we can pick and choose where these little ones go. I'm going to leave the yellow because that is, I know I said I was going to put any colour in, but A, she looks a bit sad, and B, that definitely doesn't go with everything else. Pud, what are you doing? Pud's in here somewhere. There we go. So there's a couple of really short ones here that I'm going to miss because I can put those in a lovely little vase like this one and just have that as a little accompaniment like that. And then keep working with these slightly smaller ones. And what I do, just to make sure that these smaller ones have got a little place and will still have water, I will just fill this vase up every day, because the dahlias, A, will need it, and B, they won't necessarily be right down at the bottom, because you're sort of creating this atmosphere where you're creating different heights. So you might not have one. I mean, this one's quite fun. It's going to stick out, which I really love. Let's just move this away from the lights. You can see now how difficult it is for me to place the flowers in their slots, because you've created this jigsaw inside the arrangement that you can sort of really shove something in and get a little purchase on it, and then it's got the kind of level that you want it to be at. And then a couple of shorties here, so I think I'm going to put some of these in here. Hello, Pud. I'm really happy with. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of confidence to just give it a go, and that colours don't necessarily need to absolutely match. So I wouldn't, it's the end of the season, I wouldn't actually normally put these colours together, but actually it feels very bonfire night, doesn't it, with the pom-poms that are sort of exploding, and then you've got all the different sort of colours coming out. So I'm really happy, and little Pud is happy too. I know. You happy? Yeah? Thanks for keeping me company. So yeah, I think I am pretty much done, and that is looking absolutely beautiful. We are at Ardingly Antiques Fair in West Sussex, and this is my favourite antiques fair. I always find some absolute gems here, and today hopefully is no different. We are Super excited. It's just a treasure trove. There are so many people, so many stalls, such good prices, and really excited to get stuck in. This was the one that got away, an absolutely ginormous clamshell that was actually made of fiberglass, so it was really light, which would have just been absolutely perfect to go on top of our bureau in the fancy room. So absolutely gutted I didn't go for this straight away. I should have, and the price wasn't that bad. Join me as I visit Board Hill, one of West Sussex's most beautiful historic gardens and houses, a 19th century estate wrapped in rare trees and sculptural planting and sweeping views across the High Weald. It's the kind of place where every turn feels curated yet wild, a quiet pocket of English heritage that hums with a seasonal colour. The gardens are an absolute must visit and stay for the woodland walks and art expeditions, and the peaceful sense that time moves a little more gently here. It's a perfect escape for those who love nature, history, or simply a beautiful kept place to wander. In winter, Board Hill becomes especially magical. Their wreath-making workshops use foliage gathered from the estate, evergreens, berries, fragrant sprigs, so each wreath feels rooted in the landscape. It's a hands-on, creative and festive, and such a lovely way to bring a piece of the garden home for Christmas. Here I am wrapping moss around a ring with some floral wire, and it is super easy to do. You just do big clumps of moss and then wrap it round. It's really satisfying actually, and in the end you just get this big ball of round circular moss, and actually I was also almost tempted to leave mine like that. It was so beautiful. Such a stunning room to do this in. There was a huge fireplace as well. And then once I had finished my moss ring, I had a load of foliage here that I was going to put into the moss. And because your moss ring has been wrapped quite tightly, you've got a base to be able to sort of poke things in. So I'm snipping the ends just to give them that sharp edge. And then you just poke it in, and that's it. And you sort of go in one direction all the way around the wreath in one angle, and you just keep going. More is more, as I always say. And then you just fill it all up with your greenery or your sort of bronze coloured leaves all the way around until you're satisfied. I'm now going in with hydrangeas, which give that sort of lovely textural feel to the wreath, and I also add some rosehip berries as well as conker shells. We've got acorns, we've got all sorts of things that can go in a wreath like this. Anything autumnal that you find on the floor or in the trees, pop it in, because it just adds so much texture and so much life to your wreath.
But this is the Italian garden. It's got this incredible reflection from the eucalyptus in the background, and it's a lovely example of one of the true elements of Broad Hill, which is the heritage of the trees. So you've got this incredible eucalyptus at the back, and this discolor just to the left of the steps is in fact a champion tree. She may be small, but she's special. From Chile. Much more you can feel it. It was originally a small quarry. And it naturally is a very good temperate for tropical plants. We actually have 13 different microclimates across the Broad Hill estate, which again lends itself brilliantly for different plant specimens from all around the world. And this garden was redesigned by Sophie Walker, who was the youngest female to win Chelsea at the time. And it's meant to be the brow of a ship sailing through the jungle on its exploration through to find the plants. And then we've got incredible banana trees and bamboo and all kinds of tropical plants from all four corners of the world as well.
another day, another antiques fair. Today we are at the Country Brocante. They do pop-ups all over the UK, so do check out their website. I'll put the link in the bio, but it is such a lovely way to experience antiquing because it's a little less mad and a little bit more genteel, and just a really lovely experience. So I hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome to an antiques and thrifting haul that I want to show you, and lots of autumnal bits and bobs that I want to show you as well. But I guess first of all I should talk about the elephant in the room, which is my hair. Obviously we've gone from here to here, which I hope you like. I'm absolutely delighted with it. Bit of backstory, I suppose. I used to have very long hair 10 years ago. Actually, when Rafe was born, I had really long hair, and it is just not growing. And I've really enjoyed my bob. It has been really fun, and I still really love it. But I just fancied a change, and leaning into my sort of period drama, Little Women aesthetic, I thought, what the heck, I'll try it, and I can always take it out if I don't like it. And it is absolutely fabulous. The technology has come on so much from the last time I was looking at it. So my hair is naturally very wavy. So this hair is naturally very wavy as well, which is lovely. So I can literally just get out the shower and scrunch it and we can go, which is amazing. So I hope you love it. I'm slightly sort of getting used to it, a little bit self-conscious. I hope I really love it, and it's nice to have a change. So I'm really pleased. We went to Ardingly Antiques Fair last week, and I wanted to show you what I got. Wasn't my best haul ever, and I also didn't get something that I am absolutely kicking myself that I didn't get. I saw this ginormous clamshell, and it was ginormous, but it was fiberglass, which actually was the reason that I loved it so much, because I wanted to put it on top of the bureau in the fancy room, and I think he said it was $350, and I was like, ooh, that's a lot. And then I was like, actually that's not a lot for the size of it, and also I can haggle. And I went back and it was gone, and I was absolutely gutted. I really should have got it, but anyway, I'll walk you through what we did get. But it's so annoying. It's a really good learning curve again, because I usually am quite good that if I'm on the fence, I'll just leave it, and then if it's there, then it's Providence and I'll get it. But I did absolutely love it, and I should have just gone back immediately and gone, right, let's do a deal. But there we are. I didn't. So let me show you what I did get. I didn't get a huge amount, I don't think, from Ardingly this year, but it's always brilliant. It's always absolutely brilliant. So definitely well worth going. The first thing I got was my drum, a new drum. I have another drum, but I love them as an aesthetic. I think they're really fun to put drinks on, or just have them as a layer in the corner. And this one is really old, and it's actually come with its sticks. I'm sure there's a proper word for that, but they're brass as well. They're brass at the end, like the old sticks, and the belt that goes with it, which is pretty cool, isn't it? You know, that just the idea that someone was using these and looking after them and polishing up that brass is a lovely thought. And also great for Christmas, obviously, Christmas deco. So very pleased with this, because this will look wonderful at Christmas time, and it's also going to be great for shoots as well. So kids room, fancy room, you know, any kind of study, that's where you'd want to put something like this. So a really lovely find. This was £40. I paid, I think, for my other one, which is in certainly better condition, I think I paid £95 for that one. So I was really pleased with that. This is another thing that I got. This is an old French, let's check if it is French. I can't read it. Oh yes, French. Old French soup bowl without the lid. I didn't mind about that because I don't want to use it as a soup bowl. Although I could use it as a soup bowl. It'd be quite nice to serve up soup in this, and then everyone have a ladle and ladle themselves some. But I actually got it for winter bulbs. So I'll line this with a few stones, then get some earth, some moss, put my bulbs in, and this will look really lovely at Christmas time as a centerpiece, I think, on the table. I have seen a few more of these, and I wish I'd got sort of two more to sort of balance this one out. But anyway, there we are. It's a lovely thing, and can't wait to plant my bulbs up in that. Other thing, these were great little buy. Just, I think they were £5 each. Old jelly moulds. So buff them up, and they'll be all lovely and shiny brass, or keep them like this, and they'll still look absolutely fabulous. I have a small collection of these, which I am keen to grow, so I was glad to get a few more. This beautiful star one and a fish one. I have mine in the utility room, and when I get round to doing the utility room a little bit more, because it's basically a bit of nothing at the moment, we've just painted some shelves green and that's it, but these will look, I think, really great either in the kitchen on a feature wall, or in the utility once we have redone the utility. So yeah, really won't probably use them, to be honest. The kids don't really like jelly that much, and I don't really make like fish mousse, as it were, so I will probably use them as decor. But really lovely pieces and very good price. And the final thing I got from Ardingly this time, we are redoing the fancy room, which I will show you, and these are French antique wooden pieces. They've got two little matching ones. This one's needs a tiny bit of wood glue on a section, but it's not too bad. And I just think these are beautiful. We're doing some paneling in the room, and just the patina on them, the aged effect, how many different colours. I think these will just look absolutely fabulous on the wall. Yet to decide where, but they're absolutely perfect for the fancy room and what I've been looking for. So as soon as I saw them, I wanted them. I did leave these ones again until the end, because I thought, don't know, not sure. Like, I did love them, but I also knew that the seller, and he can be quite pricey. So these weren't that. I think these were £60 for two, which I think is probably quite a lot. But they are very much antique, and I'd say probably, I don't know, 1880 perhaps. But so really lovely pieces. And then I saw them at the end. I was like, great, they're still here. I'm going to get them. So I'm pleased I did. So just a little bit of wood glue on that tiny section. And then I've also got another finial a door one to go over a door. So it's all building up that kind of character and feel of the room being wonderfully textured and just a lot going on and a lot of interest. So that was good. And then a friend of mine and I went to the country bouquet last week, which is always wonderful, always. And they do them around the country. So if you do get the chance to go to one, do go, because it's a little bit different to Ardingly. Ardingly, there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of antique dealers and sellers. And they're sort of parked up, and it's really busy, lots of haggling, lots of people, and it can be a little bit overwhelming perhaps for someone who is just dipping their toe into these things. And the country bouquet is very much not that. Yes, it is busy, but it's very relaxed. It feels very welcoming. Not that Ardingly doesn't feel welcoming. I just mean it's just got a different feel. It feels a little bit more a shopping experience rather than a scramble for finding stuff that you want. But I found some really, really, really good stuff. And actually, considering all those sellers will have to pay to be at Country Bouquet, probably more than at Ardingly, I thought the prices were still really, really good, and it was just a lovely experience. And the main reason I went was for the last ever Cabbages and Roses sample sale, which is where this is from. It's absolutely wonderful piece of clothing. So I got a load of stuff. So I'm afraid I can't send you any links, but that's not the point. Hopefully that's not why you're here. But just to give you an idea of the sort of beautiful things that Cabbages and Roses do, you can still get a few things on eBay. But I'm also doing a collaboration with another beautiful brand, and I've designed the collection, and it is very much in the style of, similar to the Cabbages and Roses feel. So that's coming in January, so watch this space. Hopefully you'll love that and you'll be able to shop some similar items. But let me tell you what I got from there from an antiques perspective, and then I'll give you a bit of a runway show as well. I got so much, it's so exciting. So first thing, I went to see my friend Charlotte, Nourish HQ, up in Yorkshire, and she had one of these. And I really love doing anything that makes anything look prettier. So this is a garden sort of seed stake. So you pop this in one end. I can't get it out. Hang on. Here we go. So you pop this in one end, and this twizzles along, and you put your seeds or your little plugs in along this line. So it means if you don't have chickens and ducks that cut everything up, it means that it's going to be lovely and straight. And for a job that isn't that much fun like that, this is a lovely thing to enable you to have a little bit more fun with that job, and also for it to look aesthetically pleasing for a content creator is always a joy. But yeah, this for me is the sort of thing that I know I will absolutely relish doing in March time. I'll be so glad to see the sun, and I'll be so glad to see this again. So very much looking forward to using that. I got a couple of bells. These aren't antique, but I just quite liked them to use in maybe a wreath, or I don't know, sort of atop a Christmas tree perhaps. But I just thought they were quite fun. They were as cheap as chips, so I really liked those. Nice addition to the Christmas festive decor. Oh, this is my favourite thing. Oh, it's really heavy. Oh, so lovely old plinth. Definitely 1800s. Absolutely gorgeous colour. Stunning colour. Gives you a little indication of what sort of is going to go on in the fancy room. But it's just got that great look to it, that sort of aged look and patina, and the colour, and it's just so magnificent. I loved it. So that's going to go on the wall. And but I thought it'd be nice to sort of add, either something fun like a bust on top, or add some greenery in there and get some sort of trailing plant perhaps, or I don't know, but lots of ideas that we could use to put on there. Loads of candles, for example. I really want the room to be just lit by candlelight, basically. So I was actually looking for loads of wall sconces, candelabra wall sconces, but I didn't come across any. But I'm sure eBay will be fine for me looking for that. So this is just one of those things that you see, you have no clue. Well, you definitely don't need it, but I knew that I had to have it as soon as I saw it, and really, really pleased with it. And then my final piece that wasn't fashion, I think, yes, are these tiny cutie little skates, which my husband was like, why have we got some ice skates that don't even fit you? Well, because they look great for Christmas, that's why. So this will be great for Christmas shoots and just generally Christmas decoration around the house. They're just so gorgeous. Isn't it how slender people's feet were? I mean, obviously they probably were a child's, considering how small they are. But I mean, my feet aren't too far off that. But aren't they lovely? And they've got the this protective little gizmo thing here, but just a really, really lovely addition. I've seen a number of them, and they were really big, and they just looked a bit incongruous. So I was really delighted to find these small ones that I can hang. Again, not sure where they'll go, but they'll look great when they do. So yes, I hope you've enjoyed my haul and what I've got. I can't wait to show you where I put everything. But in the meantime, I'll show you a few other bits and pieces that I got from the Cabbages and Roses sample sale, and a few other bits as well that might be good ideas for Christmas. I also wanted to show you a few little decorations that I've been sent. These are mostly from people that I have bought from before, and then they've very kindly sent me some stuff. So if I can help in any way with small businesses, I love to. So we'll start with this company called Kalinko. I came across this through a PR agency, and they do these beautiful handmade sort of hammered brass stars and moons and baubles, and these are made in Burma, so they're really sustainable, and they're really helping people who haven't got a huge amount in life, and so this is a wonderful way to support them. I just show you the close-up here. It's really, really beautiful, really, really, really stunning, and I would love a load more of those on my tree, so do recommend that. And then Alice Mary Lynch, I bought a number of her pieces for a shoot that I was doing with Fortnum & Mason at the start of the year. And Alice has sent me a couple of little things, which is really lovely. And hopefully these will just add to a little bit of magic on the children's tree, because they are so beautifully made and so stunning. Just little wooden pieces that she paints herself, cuts them out herself and paints herself, and they are absolutely magical and whimsical and just a real delight. Really, really lovely, beautiful to hang on a children's tree. Little stocking filler, I think, would be absolutely gorgeous for the kids for these. So I was very grateful, and thank you, Alice Mary Lynch, for these. I will definitely be putting those on my tree. A couple of other bits and bobs. I am a big fan of If Only If, and they have started doing hot water bottle covers. So soft. It's absolutely gorgeous. They are absolutely a lovely size as well, just perfect for women, really slotted nicely on your tum-tum. So either I might keep it for myself because it's so sweet and so lovely, but also India would absolutely adore this. But she's got a couple, so hopefully I get to keep keep this one myself, or I'll give it to my mother-in-law because she is always cold and she would very much love this, I know. And I have got both the autumn and the winter candle from Fern. So Fern have only just started doing candles. You might be on their perfume waiting list, or you might even be lucky enough to have it. But they are, the thing I like about Fern is that when I'm buying something, I like to have a story to why I'm buying it. I know that might sound silly. If you want something, you want something. But equally, I think a brand can really create a community as part of why you might buy from them. You know, H&M don't have a community. It's just en masse, and you know, goodness knows what the conditions are of the people who make them. But something like this, you know that there's a community of people that enjoy the opening of a beautiful box, that love looking at the notes of what the candle might sort of smell like, and it's just heavenly. It really is. And these just so beautifully done, just so beautiful to sit on your side. And then it's got a little top as well, which I always really like, having a top on a candle, because if they go a little bit naff in the middle, when they're not burning, you can shut it. So really, really recommend. You know, I love Fern. I love what they do. I love being part of the community, and I love buying from them personally. I've bought. You can buy these straight away, by the way. There isn't a waiting list, so you can get candles straight away from Fern rather than having to be on the waiting list for perfume, which is nice. What else have I got? I've got, this is quite fun for kids. Where's it? I think it's Forivore. I think it's Forivore. I will tag it. But they do beautiful blankets, and one side is this like gorgeous sort of leaf side, and then this side is just so whimsical and lovely for a picnic for the children. So I'll stand up so you can see it a bit more. How gorgeous is that? It's got these beautifully hand-drawn placemats and bits and bobs of food. It's just really whimsical, beautifully drawn. Reminds me of sort of Italian drawings and tableware. So a really, really lovely piece, and really recommend this brand for children's stuff if you're looking for a few bits and bobs to get the children. They do muslins, and they do all sorts of things. So have a look at them. Now this is from Fable England, yeah, and I have a number of pieces from them again, but this I just thought was so epic and so me for the winter. So my neck is always cold, and so I do love a scarf, but I also really don't want my hair to get frizzy and frazzled, so this is perfect for me. So let's see if we can style it without looking too silly here. So it's a scarf and a hood all in one. So obviously you don't have to wear it, so you can kind of, I really like this look of having the hood on the back like this. So yeah, really, really, really fun piece. I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and it's so, so soft. So very sort of Little Red Riding Hood / Outlander, I think. Final non-fashion thing I wanted to show you is this from a new shop by my friend Victoria, and we've known each other for a very long time from Instagram, and she is now selling antiques on her shop, and she's got some really, really beautiful things. And this one I chose because it's got a mother and a daughter scene here, and I just thought it reminded me of India and I poodling around. So that's why I was attracted to this one, and it's just got a beautiful frame. Very, very really reasonable prices, really lovely, lots of good artwork. Victoria's always been amazing at getting good artwork. So highly recommend popping over onto her site as well. Okay, I'm going to show you all my winter fashion and styling on the next video for YouTube because I've just run out of time, but I just really wanted to show you this particular dress because it's so stunning. So this is the first dress that I got from the Cabbages and Roses sale. I absolutely love it. It is sort of giving me witchy Anne Boleyn sort of vibes, and there is so much material. Look how amazing this is. It's just absolutely stunning, and it is so flattering. It's absolutely lovely, but not too tight. I can eat anything in this. It's got pockets I could put 4 phones in there. It's absolutely wonderful. I absolutely love this. My favourite piece that I've got from Cabbages and Roses, and I'm so grateful and thankful that I have it now in my collection. And it's just really sad. I feel really sad that they're not doing any more, but this is an incredible piece and I'm very, very pleased that I've got it.